Hello all. Today I'm going to be recapping the first 2 days of NBA Free Agency 2017. To start off the 2017 NBA Free Agency, the Minnesota Timberwolves traded Ricky Rubio to the Utah Jazz for a 2018 first round pick. I think this is going to help the Jazz a lot because while Rubio isn't exactly a shooter or a scorer like George Hill, he is a fantastic passer, floor general, and defender. With George Hill demanding a hefty paycheck, Rubio is a much cheaper option and can still lead the offense. I think this is a great deal for the Jazz moving forward. The next trade is the very big one, the Paul George trade. The Indiana Pacers traded Paul George to the Oklahoma City Thunder for Victor Oladipo and Domantas Sabonis. This trade is a little bit more complicated, but I like that the Thunder is trying its best to provide Russell Westbrook with more help, and with Paul George, you're getting another top 20, maybe even top 15 player to accompany the league MVP. Paul George can do just about anything. He can shoot, he can slash, he can score, he can rebound, he can pass, he can defend well. So this is a great pickup for the Thunder. I don't know what the Pacers are doing with this trade. Getting Oladipo is nice, but Oladipo's getting paid more than Paul George, and Sabonis is still a growing prospect. Don't get me wrong, Victor Oladipo is a great young player who is still very young, is super athletic, and is a growing shooter. It's definitely a signal of a rebuild in Indiana and a push by the Thunder to get even more competitive with the likes of the San Antonio Spurs, the Houston Rockets, and the Golden State Warriors. The next deal, and we're going to start talking about free agency and contracts, and the very first one we're going to talk about is Stephen Curry. Stephen Curry has decided to remain with the Golden State Warriors on a 5-year, $201 million contract. This is fairly self-explanatory. Give Curry the pay he deserves and lock him up long-term to continue the winning ways. There's no other way around it. The next big signing was that when the Clippers re-signed Blake Griffin to a 5-year, $173 million deal. This is an interesting case because with CP3 off to Houston to join James Harden and Mike D'Antoni, it would seem sensible for Blake Griffin to move elsewhere and start anew. But he has decided to remain with Doc Rivers and DeAndre Jordan in LA to continue Lob City, or hopefully. With Blake staying, he can continue to improve his game under Doc Rivers, but at this point, the Clippers need a lot of help right now. And right now, the team is built as more of a non-contending playoff team. We'll see what happens with what the Clippers are going to do in this offseason to make up for Chris Paul's departure. The next deal that's getting a lot more spotlight is Andre Iguodala is staying with the Golden State Warriors on a 3-year, $48 million contract. Iggy is staying in Golden State as the team locks up the core and that guided them into 3 straight finals appearances, including 2 championships. Iggy's pay is slightly high, but that is completely justified when you think what he can do. He can slash, he can shoot, he can cut, he can defend, he can pass, he can rebound. Heck, he even won the Finals MVP in 2015. In my opinion, this is a great choice for Iggy to stay. The next 2 players are notable as point guards because Jeff Teague has decided to move north to Minnesota to join Andrew Wiggins, Karl Anthony Towns, and Jimmy Butler in Minnesota with Tom Thibodeau. With Teague, you're getting a solid PG who can shoot, defend, and control the offense. His price was slightly too high at $57 million over 3 years, especially since he's likely to serve as the team's 4th option. Drew staying in New Orleans will help continue the Pelicans' experiment with Boogie and AD down low. Drew is a solid third option behind the two bigs and is a very capable PG who, like Teague, can shoot, defend, and control the offense. I believe Drew is slightly better than Teague overall as a player because of a more consistent jumper and a more aggressive playstyle. Both are solid pickups for Minnesota and New Orleans. I believe with Teague, the Minnesota will get a lot more stability at point guard as they move forward towards playoffs in hopes of contending with teams like Golden State in the future. While Drew will help provide AD and Boogie with a floor general that the team needs in order to continue the offense. Both are very solid for their teams. Other notable deals in the first 2 days of free agency include the Warriors retaining veterans Sean Livingston and David West, the Spurs retaining shooter Patty Mills, the Bucks retaining growing 3-and-D player in Tony Snell, the Jazz retaining Joe Ingles in hopes that it would help convince Gordon Hayward to stay, the Rockets signing nosy defender PJ Tucker, and the Sixers signing sharpshooter JJ Redick and physical interior rebounder Amir Johnson. Other smaller deals include the Bulls retaining young center Cristiano Felicio, while the Pistons signed Langston Galloway to shore up guard depth behind Reggie Jackson. The Hornets added Michael Carter-Williams for 1 year, while guard Wayne Selden has re-upped with the Grizzlies on a 2-year deal. These smaller deals represent a more shift towards valuing role players in today's NBA, and most of these are great deals for teams to keep. Thanks guys, and stay tuned for more updates to come as we continue this hectic off season, and hopefully it's going to get even more exciting as we move forward. Thanks guys. Peace.